Sometimes things do not go as planned in the NBA. Players will miss key shots, misunderstand the game plan, or do something entirely off the map altogether. It's these moments that we must celebrate. The uncanny rarity of professional athletes showing that they're just people playing the same game we all do. And sometimes we can all do embarrassing stuff on the court. For me, I get easy nosebleeds and have to wear glasses, aka a walking disaster on the court. I've stopped countless games because I'll get hit in the face and will have to either find my lenses or go to the bathroom to stop my nose. It's not pretty. And no matter how you put it, it's always embarrassing. So allow this nerd to take you on a trip through some of the moments in the NBA these players wish they could take back. First up, we're going to our main man, Carmelo Anthony, back when he was with the New York Knicks. Except, who knew back in those golden years he was pulling off stuff as unreal as this? The ball gets tapped out of bounds by Portland, and then the elite scorer goes to work after the whistle blows. He thinks he'll rise up for an easy dunk, but instead, he gets manhandled by the rim itself. A full shutdown by the hoop sends Melo to the floor, and his teammates have to go help him up. Thankfully, Anthony was able to find the humor in it and he laughed it off. Those were the good old days for the man. He could totally embarrass himself on television and still know he ran MSG. Do you know who maybe should have actually gone running though? Anthony Davis when he saw his big brother Boban Marjanovic with the ball. AD is 6'10", so you'd think it'd be difficult to make the man look tiny, make him look like one of us normal people among the giants of the NBA. But Boban is 7'3". He rivals almost no one in terms of height in the league.
Good ball moving hard to the basket. And Bobby right there to put it in. Right away.
Because of this, Boban has been able to dominate the league for years. His inside presence has taken his team to championships again and again. All right, maybe that's not quite true. Marjanovic is a goofball that is best coming off the bench. But it's moments like these of embarrassing someone to AD's caliber that make Boban a legend to us all. Someone like Eric Bledsoe could only dream of the legendary status of Boban, because his goofs don't seem to have the same humor. In this game against the Clippers, Bledsoe decides he's done passing to his teammates. Gone are the days of sharing the rock. It's Eric time. So he runs straight onto the court with it. No passing in, nothing. He just does it so nonchalantly, it almost takes a second to register what's happening. A very real lesson of fake it till you make it. Except in Bledsoe's case, I'm not so sure that faking the existence of one of the rules is ever going to pan out for him. Here's another point guard that needs to get a better grip on when to share the rock. Russell Westbrook during his time with the LA Lakers. A truly turbulent 1.5 seasons that resulted in more frustration and embarrassment than any real production. At this moment, Lakers are down by 3 with 10 seconds to go, but instead of, using the full clock to run a play or get the ball to LeBron or Davis, Russ instead goes for an absolute brick from deep and clanks it off the glass. The Raptors get the ball and LA has to play the foul game. And it wouldn't be the last time Russ took an ill-advised shot during crunch time. Although, I guess at least Russ was able to shoot the ball, because in this clip with Marvin Williams, it would appear as if someone might have greased the ball. It's like that old clip with Danny DeVito and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Greased watermelon, baby. Williams scrambles for the greased watermelon, but just can't snatch it. Luckily, this was during his time with the Hornets, and it doesn't really matter there. I'll say sorry in advance to the Charlotte fans down in the comments, but come on. Be reasonable. Marvin Williams failing to grab the basketball is one of the most iconic plays for you guys during their mid-2010 years. Oh, yeah, sorry. How could I forget about Shimmy and Kimba? Next up, we have a back-to-back sequence from one of the most successful franchises in recent years. In this clip against the Bulls, Steph Curry puts the moves on the finisher and tries to drive past him. Only too bad, Steph. Laurie's got some pent-up anger after dealing with the circus show that was the Bulls back then. He was definitely picturing Jim Boylan when he swatted that. Curry just happened to be the embarrassing casualty. And then we cut to Curry again. This time he's racing up the floor for a wide open layup but slips right off his feet. Except, wait, Steph, is the grease still on the watermelon?
We hate the watermelon. Butter me up, I'm gonna be the watermelon, I'm gonna jump in the pool. Do my back, I can't do my back, go ahead.
Ooh, I see. Steph is the greased watermelon now. He manages to get a grip and tries to redeem it with a 3, but then airballs. It's a full fiasco at this point. Not the best moment in the Warriors dynasty, but you gotta respect his greased watermelon game. And as we're talking about respecting each player's game, let's say hello to Andre Drummond back in his Cleveland days. Honestly, I completely forgot he played there until I saw this. This maneuver What would we call this play? The old Drummond drive to a looped layup? Please leave a comment in between the Angry Hornets fans with your name entry. You have to wonder how Andre got to this point. He was one of the best rebounders in recent history while with Detroit. Then he left and started trying to bust out moves like this, while also missing his own weird rebound. It's over. He botched it. He botched it just as Sam Dekker botched his way into the Embarrassing Moments Hall of Fame. The Rocket forward was charging for the wide open rim, but then took a tumble to the floor, which caused him to dribble with his face. Hey, who knows? Maybe that's a new move we can solidify. We got the illegal Bledsoe bolt, the Drummond drive, and now the Dekker dribble. Sometimes things are just going too fast, and you gotta slow down. Enjoy the roses. And realize you still got time on the clock. Unlike Draymond Green. As high IQ of a player Draymond normally is, this play makes you think otherwise. Warriors are down by 3 against the Spurs, but they have enough time to inbound the ball and run a simple play to try and get a good shot. And thankfully, they have the best shooter of all time, Steph Curry. We already went through something like this with Westbrook though, so I'm sure you get the picture we're painting here. So instead of doing that, Draymond, for some reason, chucks a deep 3 that misses and the Spurs get the ball in the final few seconds. Draymond, you already know your backpack shooting form is not sustainable at a normal distance. Why are you heaving it like you have 0.2 seconds left? Were you hoping for a foul? Either way, Draymond embarrassingly loses the game for the Warriors. All the while, even the announcers are painfully confused about why Green did what he did. And that's the key to this whole thing. Why do players sometimes do the things they do? Why did Boban treat AD like a smaller kid on the playground? Why did Carmelo Anthony get brutally shut down by his own rim? Why did Drummond try to create offense? These are the questions we will never have answers for. But these players might need to be at least a little embarrassed that we have to ask them. Or not. They're getting millions to do these things. Sam Dekker dribbled with his face and still made more that night than I will in an entire year. Probably. Either way, thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.